Hello, this is Eric of NotBios, and today's topic is complacency. Complacency in life, the workplace, retail, industrial, maybe you're a miner, or maybe you do fusion, whatever the case may be. There's always something that people tend to be complacent about, such as, I don't need this, because I was always safe cutting things before, and this is just going to get in the way. Complacency. Maybe you're just tired, or maybe you have your mind on something else and, well, can't focus. Maybe something happened to someone that you loved, or maybe your mind is just on a game of golf. Whatever the situation is, well, there are many forms of complacency, and I don't need this. That can go. I'll take care of that after break time. For now, we're all good. I think it'll be okay. This is what I like to call the look of shame. Studio. Complacency. The question is, what is it? Or what isn't it? It's not purposely define the rules because you feel like giving to the man, but complacency is something that generally happens over time, and you generally don't know when it's happening, and that is the biggest issue with it. Part of this video will be helping you to recognize when you might be slipping into complacency. Sometimes I'll even joke with management and say, being complacent again is to keep you thinking, because a lot of complacency is simply not thinking. My question for you now is, what is complacency? Well, don't keep on staring at me. What is it, and what is it to you? For instance, if you've been with a company, say, for 30 years, something has never happened before, you might say, well, it's never happened, so it doesn't matter. In fact, I had that happen to me. Well, guess what? In less than a year, that same issue they refused to show me, it happened. And this is where things spiral downhill. Complacency is not always one person, but sometimes a matter of events that build together. And that's when things get disastrous and roll downhill. All of us heard before, it won't happen to me. But we gotta stop thinking about me. But what could you end up doing to someone else? We need to be there for each other. No matter what we do, retail, industry, and in life. Think about others. If mommy or daddy's not coming home, there's someone could be sad at home. And not to mention the things you may not be able to do if you get injured. And that's all a problem with complacency. And nobody wants to become a burden to anyone because of something that happened that could have been prevented. We all have to think about each other and what our injury will do to ourselves and those that love us around us. It is time to stop and think. How do we solve complacency? The first step is to stop and think. Often the problems arise due to rushing and not taking the proper steps to solve the issues. Have we took time to think about how the weather may affect us? The snow, it may make the roads more slippery or cause an avalanche should you be in the mountains. Have you thought about how the rain actually may cause dehydration due to your clothes fitting tighter due to sweat and water? At work, do you fill out an FLHA? Have you considered what you actually check off as a hazard and reassess that you didn't forget any columns over the weeks? Every week, take some time to think about, did I skip something or miss something to actually speed up my day that may be preventing me from thinking? Are you practicing proper lifting techniques? Do you pick items off the floor or leave it for someone else? Do you have the guards in place to keep you safe? Do you have the appropriate tie-downs, lanyards, and fencing? Do you simply leave cords and construction materials laying around in the pathway? Well, we all should work together and do our job to keep our workplace safe. Have you got the proper sleep the night before in order to keep yourself and others safe? A tired mind is a hindered mind. Do you have other concerns that might be affecting your ability to concentrate? Maybe a loved one, family member, a pet? And if you have an injury, don't be afraid to assess how that may affect your ability to work and work safely. Even when driving our own personal vehicles, it is easy to become complacent. I've seen someone trying to pass someone else, thinking that the other person was simply driving slow to almost hit a bear. Be careful out there. Stop, assess, and keep yourselves safe out there. Don't rush into danger. This is Eric of Not Bio Studio. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a most wonderful and safe day.